Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It is the last Wednesday of May, which makes me kind of sad, but also excited for actual summer. As you can see, I'm outside. It is a beautiful day. I have my feet on the grass. As today we're going to be talking about earthing or also known as grounding. But I am just going to quickly look and see if everything is working well. Um, Never know with internet outside. Let me see. Okay, perfect. It is showing up on Facebook, and let me just look and see if it's going to show up on YouTube. Also, my son is out here, so if I ever like randomly just shout Will, it's because I don't want him to run in the street. um, so just doing my due diligence. Perfect. So it's showing up for YouTube too. Yay! All right. So again, I'm really excited, especially to be out here doing this, but to bugs, to really also talk about, I take this holistic approach because, I'm an integrative and functional nutrition certified practitioner. I really take in that holistic approach to people's, health and well-being. Our When we're out of balance in one area in our life, it's going to really affect our health and, can really take a toll and really influence any conditions that we're currently having or symptoms that we currently have. So I am excited to get to talk about, more than just getting outside for, vitamin D or getting in movement or making sure you drink water or just talking about nutrition. But talking about other areas too that people might not think of, like grounding, which is so awesome. And I promise this is going to be a shorter training than my previous trainings. I know that I had a lot to say on there. Um, and this is going to be a little shorter. So let's get started. It is again gorgeous outside, and this is why I'm also really excited to talk about this because now people can actually get outside because of the great weather. And so there are simple things that you can do to really enhance your health just by getting outside, getting barefoot, maybe laying in the grass, putting your hands in dirt, gardening, really getting in touch with the soil or being in sand or gravel or, just touching the earth and the natural elements of the earth, even in getting in like water and wading in water, your feet touching the ground there. It's all considered earthing and grounding. So there are so many benefits. As you're going to get outside, you'll get that vitamin D, you will be able to just like take some fresh air, feel the nice warmth of the day, which also allows your body to relax in and of itself. So there are so many great things. Plus, you can walk around too barefoot. Then you're getting in some nice gentle movement, which is also so great for your nervous system and health. So there's a lot that can go hand in hand with grounding. And no, well, right now I told you I'm on a video. Do you remember? If you can do it, then do it. Sorry. I said multiple times I'm going on video, but as soon as you turn the video on, it's an attraction. Um, so it's exciting because he graduated preschool and my little boy growing up. But I digress. So First off, let's discuss, what is grounding, and then let's look at the benefits of it. So, earthing, which a lot of us know as, grounding, it refers to reconnecting the human body to the Earth's natural surface electric charge that it has. So, our bodies are filled with energy. We are conductive. We have a lot of different chemical processes that are going on in the body that require like things called electrons. It requires energy. It requires conductivity, so or conduction. So we are we are filled with that, right? Well, the earth in and of itself also has, electrons and charge and um conduction too. I'm sorry, I'm like filled with like bugs over here. And so it's what's really cool is that everything is also, energy. The earth has a natural energy too. It's vibrating at a certain hertz, and it's really cool. So our bodies take in that vibration, take in that energy, those electrons, and we use them then in our own bodies. So it's a connection between the Earth's electrical charge and our body and our body's charge, and it influences the basic bioelectrical function of our body. So this can help stabilize our physiology, reduce inflammation, pain, lower, stress in the body, improve sleep, blood flow, and like lymphatic and venous return to the heart as well. So ultimately, it can provide a greater well-being for us. So the Earth's mobile electrons are some of the best antioxidants for us as humans. It is like, it's one of the first sources and has been here as one of the longest sources and some of the best antioxidants and medicine. And so we need to start using it again. And connecting to it again. We've lost that connection, which I will get into. But earthing is just like it's an easy thing that you can do and you can achieve rapid results with it, especially for those with chronic health disorders. Not to mention, this is something that can be completely free. You don't have to pay for it unless are having more of an indoor earthing that you want to do. Then you can get mats. You can get pads, body bands, or patches, and those you can use indoors. Especially during the times that maybe you can't get outside, or let's think like winter time, maybe weather's not great, or maybe if you have mobility issues, you can and maybe you're more stuck to being inside. Um, you can get stuff to earth inside as well. So, and you can do these while you are sitting or while you are sleeping, and it's wonderful. There are pads that you can put on your mattress or under your mattress. If you're at work, there are mouse pads. There are mats that you can get for your feet that you can have your feet sitting on, and it can also help like combat the electromagnetic fields that are coming off of your technology too. So it's it's so amazing. It's so like it's wonderful. I love it. But spending time outside is going to be the free way of doing so. Just be barefoot in the grass, lay down on the ground. Meditate for 15 minutes while you're laying and feeling the sun on your face. Maybe you like the mindful movement where you can just walk in the grass and do like a walking meditation. You can also stand on gravel or stone or sand or, even wade in the water, like I mentioned before. So you just want to make sure that you have your body contacting with the natural conductive surfaces of the earth. And so, of course, grass and soil are also going to be in it too. So, getting your hands in dirt can also be beneficial. And you can do that inside too. But earthing restores a primordial electric connection to the earth that's been lost over time because of our lifestyles. It appears to correct an electron deficiency syndrome, which is commonly overlooked in today's medicine, but it's likely significantly and it likely significantly contributes to multiple health disorders too. So, earthing can be preventative lifestyle strategy to counteract and reduce the risk of many conditions that plague the majority of the world, especially like Western nations and that kind of stuff. Um, like, think of cardiovascular diseases, respiratory diseases, neurodegenerative conditions, autoimmune conditions. And I am losing, sorry, it's also sunny, which is a wonderful thing, but sometimes it's hard to see my screen. Type 2 diabetes, cancer as well. So, earthing offers a potent health and healing tool for prevention and therapy alike. It can be used alone or with other clinical treatments to address root causes of symptoms and dysfunction within the body. So it can help reduce your symptoms, but it can also help address the root causes of those symptoms. It gets to the deep bioelectrical levels of our physiology. Um, which is wonderful. All modern electrical systems, think of like the large grids and power stations to homes, buildings, and factories, and machinery and appliances. They're all powered by electricity. They're all connected to the earth for stability and safety. Uh, so, why aren't we doing the same thing, right? Like, I mean, we once did, but now we have gotten so far disconnected. We need to stay connected. Over time, we have lost this connection. We no longer sleep on the ground on or on top of electrically conductive animal hides. We rarely walk barefoot outdoors anymore. And for about over half a century now, since about the 1950s, when plastic and rubber came around, we mostly exclusively wear, you know, hard shoes like that, are coming from synthetic materials, from like rubbers and plastics, instead of the traditional and conductive leather footwear or moccasins. We don't wear that anymore. We have the rubber running shoes. We are losing that connection to the earth, and we live and work and spend most of our time far above ground. We are indoors on wood, vinyl, carpeting surfaces, or we're up in high rise apartments, or, high rises with where we work. Maybe we're standing on concrete. Even when we're outside having exercise and movement, we're on concrete pavement, and we're wearing the shoes. Um, we're not even like hiking and like touching trees or things like that where we can get more energy. We stick to ourselves, and we're putting music in our ears, so we're just having more of these other electromagnetic emissions from technology versus the natural stuff from the earth. And that it messes with our cells, because our cells need that reset. It needs the grounding effect. So, earthing facilitates a significant transfer of free electrons into the body, which results in rapid, sometimes instant physiological changes. Earthing restores and maintains a natural internal electrical environment. SoCal and SoCal, two Polish doctors and researchers, performed a series of experiments years ago and concluded that earthing, the human body, represents a universal regulating factor in nature. Um, strongly influencing bioelectrical, bioenergetics, and biochemical processes, and appear to offer a significant modulating effect on chronic illnesses and dysfunction. And I have talked so much on, underlying inflammation, the underlying chronic inflammation, and the dysfunction that happens with the body is what brings that disease and more dysfunction and more underlying chronic inflammation. And it's this snowballing effect. So, the electrons and the energy from the soil and the natural earth, whether it's the sand or the gravel or the grass or the soil, um, it it communicates with our electrical field as well, and our um, electrons, and they speak to one another, and it transfers. A lot of times, if you're walking barefoot, it transfers from the earth through. It's this vibration energy that goes to the foot, and like our our energy, it transfers into us. And some of ours can transfer out into the earth too. So we can release things too, which is pretty fantastic. Um, Sorry, nose itch. Um, but there are so many benefits between this transfer that happens. So, over nearly 20 years of research has documented that earthing can reduce and even eliminate chronic inflammation, a common cause or aggravating factor for chronic and aging related diseases, as well as pain. And, chronic fatigue is also affected by this autoimmune conditions, and fibromyalgia, right? So, various studies have provided evidence of earthing's dramatic impact on inflammation and pain beginning in 2004 with medical thermal imaging. So it's actually, they've done research looking at thermal images, which they register as small changes in skin temperature to produce a color coded image on display. Um, but they do a before picture where people have not been grounding or earthing. And then they show this thermal image after someone has earthed or grounded. And it has shown that like different temperature and like even blood flow, how it changes within the body. Um, and it's so cool that you can actually have a visual to go along with it. So, if you're ever interested in seeing these thermal images, you can always look them up, or I can send them to you as well. But it's pretty cool that they're showing a before and after, and there are changes that you can see pretty quickly. The effects are likely due to the free electrons in the earth that enter the body and neutralize those free radicals. So you know how I've mentioned our body um, has a bunch of different we have a bunch of chemical processes going on. We have these free radicals that we can get in from outside environment, but we also make them from our own um, like detoxification processes or electrical processes. Sorry, a car was going by. I want to make sure my kid was okay. So we have all these different chemical processes going on in the body, and some of the um, side chains or outputs of it are free radicals. So it just it's a byproduct. That's the word that I was trying to get to. A byproduct can be these free radicals that are created within our body. So we want to neutralize them so that they don't go around and damage our tissues. So the earth actually provides these different electrons that come in and help neutralize these free radicals in our body. So it helps prevent the tissue damage that goes on in our body. It helps protect our cells so that we don't have this oxidation going on where we have this damage happening. So that's where it can lessen all of this potential damage during, with certain conditions, and the underlying chronic inflammation that we have going on. It can start to put out those flames, which is so cool. So benefits of earthing can, again, can create better blood flow in the body, which they have shown with these thermal imaging um, research. Earthing reduces blood viscosity and any clumping of blood. They've shown this in like facial thermal imaging as well. Improves blood fluidity. It improves overall physiology. Um, it has a calming effect on the body and normalizing the stress hormone cortisol, and balances the autonomic nervous system, helps improve sleep. Oh, my Lanta. It's so warm that things are starting to kind of like melt, maybe on my computer, the plastic. So give me a second. um, but it can, all right, so where was I? Help provide a calming effect on the body, normalize the stress hormone cortisol, which I have talked about in previous videos, balance the autonomic nervous system, so help, provide that relax state, that rest and digest phase versus the fight and flight, and improve sleep. So specific areas of the body. So with the face, they've shown improving circulation, appearance, and even like mood. Respiration improves blood oxygen, enhancing cell functions throughout the body. Can help relieve any asthma too. Um, aids in digestion by calming any upset in the digestive tract, aid in reducing any bloating. In the reproductive system, we've seen it regulate hormonal rhythms. For bones, it can help balance bone calcium, metabolism, and also reduce osteoporosis. Um, Obviously, we know it can help with overall reducing pain and inflammation, even help with arthritis too. So, energy wise, enhances bioelectrical processes throughout the body. Think of like muscle contraction, nerve conduction, wound healing, hormonal rhythms. It can help with like jet lag too and relieving jet lag. For the heart, it can calm arrhythmia, lower blood pressure. For the muscles, it can reduce muscle pain and any muscle damage after exercise. So if you are, out on a run, let's say, or even walking throughout your neighborhood or doing some sort of intense exercise, when you're done, take off your shoes, take off those socks, sit on the ground or walk barefoot on the grass, get your hands in some dirt. It can help just restabilize your energy and reduce that inflammation that occurs after exercise, reduce any muscle tissue damage, that kind of stuff. So one great thing of exercising outside is you can take those shoes off and the socks off and get your feet on the ground. um, for injuries, it can enhance immune responses. So it can help, your body really help fight against any injury really quickly. But also, it's been shown to help with wound healing too and really increase the speed of wounds healing. There have been some studies that have shown people who have had like ulcers, like skin ulcers, and severe damage to like their legs or a severe injury, and the grounding actually helped with the wound healing, um, and help them heal quicker, so that wound closed up um, a lot quicker. There was less risk of infection, all of that. Obviously there are other factors at play too, but incorporating these antioxidants from the ground is so beneficial. So aging, it can help slow that free radical damage from aging. It can help with reducing body voltage induced by electrical environments, so reducing electrical sensitivity for people. A lot of us have, issues with electrical, like magnetic fields and all of that. Like our computers, it's too much. Our cell phones, TV, like we are in um, constant exposure of these different electrical stimulants, and we become sensitive to it. And so earthing can help transmute that and help really lower that sensitivity and reduce that inflammation that we're getting from all of these electrical devices. Chronic diseases, obviously, overall, it can prevent and calm chronic inflammatory and autoimmune diseases of all kinds. So there are so many benefits to earthing and grounding, and it doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes you getting outside, putting your hands in dirt, or taking your socks and shoes off, doing that during a lunch break, or even using those mats in your own home. So let the peace wash over you, get into the dirt, and start to allow your body to heal and reconnect again. So until next time, you guys, please let me know if you have any questions. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed.